Let's get it. It's Real 92.3, LA's new home for hip-hop. Real 103.9, Vegas' home for hip-hop and R&B. DJ E-Rock in the building. It's the basement between takes, the full convo. You know what it is. Man, we always get a special guest in here to talk about culture, talk about literally everything and anything they got going on that's popping. And this guy right here, let me make sure that I give you your flowers because, we got a legend in the building right now from Harlem, correct?
Harlem World, USA.
Come on. Ron Browz in the building. I appreciate you for being.
Yes,
It's
man.
a long trip, bro.
Yeah, man. I love it, man.
It's a long trip from.
Yeah.
I mean, you here in Vegas.
Yes.
How you liking your stay so far?
I love it, man. This is I had a show out here, around the time of Pop Champagne.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my first time just, being able to vibe, walk around, chill out. Usually, I used to be sleeping a lot.
Really?
On tour. Like, I do my show, go to sleep. The whole crew be, like, out, about in the town. So this is my time to be out in the town and,
You've been here for a couple days now.
Yes.
I mean, you were at the club with me last night.
Yes.
How did you, was that probably like your first like Las Vegas nightclub like experience?
Experience, yes, it was.
Okay,
was.
what did you think of that? Because it's intense.
It definitely was intense, the things blowing up, certain records coming on. So it was dope.
And that was a Monday. 70% locals, like people that live here in Vegas. So what they do on like Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays, they're called industry nights.
Okay.
So like people that take care of the 50 million people that come here yearly get their night to party.
Oh, okay.
So on Monday night, the service industry, it's their turn to party. You know what I mean? On Tuesday night, same thing. Wednesday, same thing. Even Thursday.
Oh, that's dope.
But the weekend here starts on Thursday. Well, the weekend here is like 24/7. So it's like, but that's like the Monday's the kickoff to like the industry weekend though.
I noticed y'all take care of each other here.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, like y'all take care of like people come and take care of the community and look out, celebrities and stuff like that. Too.
I mean, it's a hospitality city. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is a place where when you come here, we want to make sure that you come back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what makes this town tick.
I want to come back.
Yep. Well, hey, look, we're here. We're going to talk about a lot of things, man. You got some new records popping.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, you've been in the game for quite some time, and I remember when Pop Champagne first came out. It was the biggest record, like literally all around the country. Every single nightclub that you went to, it was ringing. I also remember when Jump Out the Window came out.
Yeah.
That was like a New York like anthem. I remember taking trips to New York and hearing that ringing in every nightclub. What keeps you going? Because that's been like, like how many years was that now?
That was 2008,
2008, and it's a blessing to still be here and doing your thing and still get it popping, still showing the youngsters that, this is how you do it. But what keeps you going, though?
I just honestly just think I was born to do it.
Facts?
Yeah,
I can see that.
I was born to do it. This is my, what they call it, like, it's my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, not to get, crazy, but,
Nah, don't hold back, bro. Don't hold back.
No.
Yeah.
My mom's did a little, like a diary.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he be a great musician.
That's beautiful.
So from the beginning, and that's what happened, kind of. So I was just born to do it. That's my purpose.
God bless moms, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Mama Love Ski.
My mom kind of did something like that too. She wrote a letter and she put it in the Bible. And it was when I was maybe around like 12 years old or something. She didn't say, hey, I want my son to be a DJ or whichever. She just like wished me good health and prosperity and success. Like, when I reach this age, and I'm not, I'm not to flex, but I'm in a good position, but I read that letter when I was in my 30s.
See,
I lost my mind.
Yeah, I saw that.
I cried.
Wow.
Like it's a powerful thing. So when you said that hit me.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't want to weird you out, but it's a powerful,
man, it don't weird me out,
it's
man.
It's more than just
we aligned right now.
Yeah, it's more than me just waking up like, yeah, I'm gonna. It's like it was definitely my purpose.
Nah, for sure. And it's a beautiful thing. Like when moms writes the letter, and puts it out there in the universe, and that she did that, like, when you wake up every day, like, that's a great, like, thing to just be like, we at it. We outside. We're gonna make it happen. We doing this for moms.
Yeah. Maybe moms was like, yo, I need him to make some money. And he blessed him.
I love it. Like I mentioned, you had some really big records, not only in New York, but around the country, but specifically records that are like party rocking records. See, even till this day, I played it last night, still works like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Still works like no tomorrow. You said it came out in the early 2000s or, let me ask you, how do you feel about music today compared to the music that you were competing with back in the day?
I feel like it was definitely higher competition at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And those records from that era kind of stand the test of time. I feel like I'm not the only one who said, but now records, like they come, they hot, then they go.
Yeah.
Only certain records got that replay value. Like this is gonna last for, you could play this years to come and it's gonna still knock. So a lot of records now, people on it, then they off it. So that's why a lot of DJs, they play a lot of classic records on their set. They'll play a couple new records, but the duration of a club set, it's older material.
Yeah.
Records that just stand the test of time, man. So that's what they said a hit is.
No, for sure. So what would be some good advice that you could share with a younger artist that's watching this right now that wants to have a record that can stand the test of time?
You gotta take chances.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, artists, you gotta take a chance because those ideas that I took, I was in my mind, I'm like, oh, people gonna think I'm crazy, but like I'm risking it, I'm putting out, and then Pop Champagne was like that. It was like a joke that wasn't funny. It was like, let me take a risk with this auto tune, this type of beat. Then it kind of caught and it popped. Same with A-Rap.
No pun intended. But it popped. Yeah.
And then A-Rap Money, I tell people too, I did it. I was like, people gonna think I'm crazy. But then I put it out I gave it to Buster. And you can play A-Rap Money today too.
No, yeah.
It's like it just came out. So be creative. Just be creative and go with your heart. Don't always go with what's going on. Just try and be something that's gonna stick out. Pause.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. You are obviously an MC and you're a rapper yourself,
yes.
But you're also a producer.
Yeah.
And what are some of some joints that you can put out there for people that aren't familiar that you've had your hands in? Like we said, A-Rap Money.
A-Rap Money. Rest in peace, Big L. I did Ebonics.
Wow.
Did
it's one of my favorite records right there, bro.
I Whip Your Head Boy for 50 Cent.
Woo.
Blow It Out Your Ass, pause, for Ludacris.
There's a lot in there.
There's a lot. The remix now with the Move On remix with Puff, Carisha, and Ashanti. Ether for Nas. What am I talking about?
Wow. Ether for Nas?
Ether for Nas. Last Real Nigga Alive for Nas.
Damn.
Yeah.
That had to be a moment to really take in, to be the man that produced Ether for Nas. I feel like kids didn't even know what Ether was until Ether came out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That had to be a crazy. How was that moment? Living through that.
Yeah. Right now, I get to when I go around the world and speak to people and see how it and tell me their experience when it came out. I soak it all in now. Pause. But when it was happening, I didn't know it was happening. It was like, oh, Nas picked the beat from you. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm in Harlem, living in my mom's crib, and they talk about, yo, Nas picked the beat. I'm like, yeah, all right. Then they like, no, Nas. 6 months later, they like, Nas wants you to come to the studio and hear what he did. So I'm thinking I'm going to the studio. I'm thinking he gonna play a regular record. It's just him and the engineer. He's just really relaxed. Like, yo, play around the record. It's not like, yeah, I'm playing the record. I'm about to kill Jay-Z. So it was like, then I hear the intro. I'm like, this is interesting. FJZ. This is interesting. And then he plays the record, and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, this is a moment, but I'm like, yeah, he's dissing Jay.
How did you feel about that? Like, like,
It was not. It was like, like this is dope. I'm in the studio with Nas.
yeah.
This record is crazy, but I'm like, he's dissing Jay. And at that time, as a producer, you wanted to work with the greats, Jay, Nas, Big or whatever, You wanted to work with the greats. So I'm like, it's a little edgy, but I'm the
It was
producer.
more than edgy, bro. I mean, that the whole
So-
world like shook and stopped.
And then he was like, yo, I'm dropping this Friday. It was like a weekend. He was like, I'm dropping this next Friday. Like, I'm really not, I know it's crazy. And I'm calling people like, yo, this is crazy. Then when he dropped it and they stopped the radio stations.
The whole world stopped.
Yeah, the
bro.
whole world stopped. I'm like, wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, to this day, like, I listen to it. I be like, wow. And that time, I tell people this all the time. I tried to get it to Jay-Z.
No
Before
way.
Nas got it.
So before Ether was Nas,
Yes.
what
Before it
was a
was-
Nas record? You tried to get it to Hove.
Before
Yeah.
the beat,
Okay, the beat. Yeah.
his A&R came to my house. I'm like, yo, listen to these beats. They brung them to the. I'm like, yo, we'll get these to Jay. They didn't get to Jay. So it got to Nas.
That's crazy. That's a wild story right
Yeah,
there.
it's wild. I was anybody who would come to the crib, I'd be like, yo, listen to this beat right here. I just thought it was an interesting strings. Like the strings, I think I was bugging out one night and it was like, man, this is great. And then I would play it. And so anybody would come, I'd be like, yo, listen to this. So it was one of those things I was kind of forcing, like, somebody gonna like this beat right here. And I think,
It's a classic.
yeah, when Nas heard
Timeless.
it, I guess it matched his emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's all timing too.
No, for sure. 100%. Yeah, that record, like, especially during that era, like, and a lot of the records that you had produced during that era, like, I feel like they're very special to me. Some of the records that you rang off on right there. And I was like, when you were telling me, like, the list of records, that came from an era where I feel like all those records are standing the test of time right
Yeah.
there. All those records are classics. All those records is like I wish we still had records that were coming out
Impact like that.
that had impact like
Yeah.
that today.
That's what I try and still do. Like when you hear a record produced by me, I want you to be like, yo, I know when I press play, it's gonna be an interesting beat.
100%.
Yeah. I was talking to Rockweiler today on live, and I was like, I remember when beats were coming out, we was like, oh, I got to make something crazier than Rockweiler just did. That was the energy. Now I don't feel like that. I feel like people are just making beats just to make them with no substance. But that was the energy. Like, oh, Rockweiler just did something crazy for Red. I got to go in the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, Kanye just did something crazy. I got
That's
to go in the
hip-hop.
studio.
That's hip hop.
So yeah.
That's the essence of hip hop right
Yeah,
there.
the creativeness, man. I think the creativeness is gone though.
I think so too. Just like you said, like, as a DJ, like, you were with me last night. Like, there's a lot. I'm playing a lot of timeless classics. Like, and I'm not filling time. That's the meat pause of my set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my bad on that. But
Yeah.
like that was like, the bread and butter. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because that's what's getting people moving right
Yes,
now.
the
Because
classics, right?
the classics
Yeah.
is the classics, and at the same time, it's taking people to a time where they didn't have much to fucking worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have much to worry about. So it's like, especially with just, you turn on the TV, you look on Twitter, like, you're being gaslit, like with politics and everything going on in the world. You're like, yo, I'm good. But then, like, yo, you hear like a pop champagne in the
Yes,
club. Like,
it
yo,
just-
that's taking me to a time where I was like 21, first stepping into the spot, looking fly, dripped out. Yeah, like, yo, like you're escaping.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, when they meet me, they be like, yo, thanks for that Pop Champagne record. Yo, I had so much fun in the club with that record.
It still rings,
Yeah.
especially in Vegas. Those the two records that really stand out to me the most here in Vegas that you had your hand in is obviously Pop Champagne.
Yeah.
It's a bottle service, like,
Yep.
driven like environment out here. And A-Rap Money. You know what I
A-Rap
mean?
Money,
Because
yep.
it's people that Vegas and Miami, like, two markets where people come and what they want to stunt, they want to throw their money out there, they want to be seen, they want to literally flex like no tomorrow. And those are the two timeless flex records of all time, I believe.
Those two
in
records,
the club.
Those two records, I wasn't home for like 3 to 4 years.
Damn,
just
it's a
on the
beautiful
road,
thing.
on the road, performing those records. Africa, Germany, Spain, overseas, just touring with those records, man. I making them. I knew they were like. I wanted to be different. I didn't know it was going like, yo, you about to be out of this world. With these records, you're gonna be touring. You're gonna be, what I mean. I was just playing around with Pop Champagne. It was like the joke that wasn't funny. Like,
Tell me more about that.
Pop
Like,
Champagne?
how was Pop Champagne? Like, how did that whole
Let me
entire
tell you
record
how
came
it
together?
happened. So remember, I did Ether for Nas. So
Mhm.
every time I see artists, they're like, yo, I need some Ether, man. So they wanted these dark beats from me. But I'm studying the game, and the producers who had the more commercial sound, or happier sound of records, they would get the single. So I'm like, nah, man, I need a single. I need the producers. Yo, here go my happy beats. Nah. Give me the dark beats. So I said, you know what? I'm going to rap on one of my commercial sounding beats. And I heard 50 Cent do the I'm a Rider with the auto-tune. I said, let me get that effect. I didn't really know. Let me get that effect. And it was interesting. I didn't know how to use auto-tune. So in auto-tune, you still have to know how to sing and be in key.
Facts.
So I was doing the auto-tune, but it wasn't matching the beat. So I take the instrumentation out. That's why in Pop Champagne you hear the do. Because I was like, oh, I can hear myself now. I'm in key. Because ain't no chords or nothing playing. So then I built it around that. And then when the strings come on, I just do the hook. And shout out to Jim. Shout out to Joel Santana, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they jumped on that record. And it's like, pew.
They're out of here.
Gone.
Real talk, man.
So that's how Pop Champagne came, because people wasn't picking my happy beats. So I said, let me demonstrate.
Let me show you how it needs to be done.
Yes, on one of my happy beats. And then that's when they was like, yo, I need one of those. And then I hear a lot of beats with that Pop Champagne vibe in it.
100%.
To this day.
100%.
Shout out to my sons.
I love that.
Jack
I
my
love that,
sound.
man. Yo, you're always gonna hear like exactly like how these things like came together on the pod. But yo, let's talk about today. And you have a big record that is making its rounds right now. Tell me about this new record with 2 Chainz.
It's called Get in My Zone. Get in My Zone. Let me tell you, I'm in a party by default. I'm in a little kid party.
Okay.
In a cut right there. And the DJ's playing certain music, but the kids is only reacting, they are going crazy to Uzi record. So
I just want
energy,
right?
Yeah. So the energy of it, they're going crazy.
Boom,
Then when they
boom,
turn it
boom,
off,
boom, boom, boom.
when they turn it off, the kid go back to ENA. They didn't forget about the music playing. DJ bring it back. No, they run back to the dance floor. I said, something is happening, as far as the frequency in the kids and how they receiving the music. So I'm like, oh, let me try one of these records, because, obviously you can't get lost in time either. You got to pay attention to what's going on, even though it's not following, but you're doing it with your style. So I said, let me do something with my style. So I did it, and then I ain't have a record. I had more promo tour, and I went up, shout out to DJ Tiger Ty. He like, what's your single? I said, I don't know. I said, I got like 5 records. He said, play them. Played one. He was like, this all right. Then he came in like, oh, nah, this is fire right here. I said, all right, well, that's my single. Then I start going into
It's a big record, bro. It's huge.
I started going to different clubs, and they wilding out to it. I'm like, and it's not like they heard it before. I'm premiering it in the club. That's difficult to premiere, because the DJ be like, they got to have a certain trust with you to premiere a new record in a club.
I will say this, and we talked about this off air, was I got the record a little too late. I mean, it's my bad. People, it's my bad. Like, yo, like I was out the house all day. Got sent to got sent to me when I was like running errands with like my mom's, and then like the day got away. But then when I got home, and then I remember I was like, oh shit, here's the record.
Yeah.
Fuck. And I downloaded it, and this is at 4 a.m, bro. 4 a.m. I'm in my house after the club, little drunk.
Yeah.
I had a couple shots, and I play it, and I play it loud. Nobody in my house awake, And I'm like, yo, I done fucked up. I should have I needed to have this record because I do have a part of my set where I'm playing a lot of that, that Jersey cadence,
Club, yeah,
Jersey club, and that's the big thing. I love that drum cadence,
yeah,
boom, 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 boom. Like I love that shit.
Shout out to the whole Jersey club movement too.
Mm-hmm.
It's fly. I've seen people doing the different variations of it. I'm like, oh, you could really, do a lot with the instrumentation, but with that rhythm.
I feel that sound is really big in New York right now, though.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I spent a lot of time in New York. Little Sister, I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a lounge in the West Village by Webster Hall or something like that. I don't know. I hope I got that right. But like every day, they play just straight just New York shit in there. and that for me being a West Coast guy, for me to like reset like my musical palette, I go there and I listen to the DJs in there. Like my boy Stax from Hot 97 plays in there very often. I love listening to him because he's like true New Yorker. This is what New York wants. I'm hearing drill. I'm hearing Jersey. I'm hearing all that, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking this is my shit. Yeah. But like I hear Delhi, like all the time. Delhi. I like Delhi a lot.
I like the instrumentation. I'm like, this is kind of fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this record has somewhat like it's the same cadence.
Yes.
Rhythm. Different. You know what I'm saying? Same rhythm. There you go. So like I feel like that sound is like really big in New York right now in the New York clubs.
I think it's good for music because we went through a weird point where nobody was dancing. Everybody stopped dancing.
True.
So, in the drill, people dance, but it wasn't like dance. So I feel like this is bringing back fun. Like, I seen girls just go crazy to it. So I'm like, I'm on the right path.
So DJs, you need to get familiar with this right now. Because Get In My Zone record is a really
shout out to 2 Chainz.
Big record with 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz heard it, and the next day, I've been on the road. Shout out to Court Digger, B-Boy. We been on the road, and we sent it to 2 Chainz. I spoke to him. He like, what you working on? Next day, in the text, he's like, yo, that joint hard. And then we seen each other like the next day in Miami. We premiered it, and it was still good. Like it's not like it's missing. If you play a record, you be like, oh, I gotta take this off. It was like, let it rock out. Like
this is one of them records you gotta let rock out.
Yeah.
This one right here, man. So tell me about album 127.
Okay.
When's that coming out?
It's out. I don't know if it's out. Because it's like a give back to the 50th hip hop too.
Mm-hmm.
So we doing vinyl.
You doing like full vinyl for
vinyl,
it? Yeah. That's
doing
dope.
Vinyl. It's it's a collective item. So 127 is the block where I'm from in Harlem, 127th Lenox Avenue, and that's where I created on that block. That's where I did a lot of the Ether, Whip Your Head Boy, all these beats. I did that on 127th and Lenox. So it's just like goes hand in hand. So the project I got a chance to do a record with MOP before Prodigy passed. Got Coogee Rap on there, Jada Kiss, Busta, Diddy, yeah. So a lot of my friends is on there.
I like that, and you got a lot of friends.
Yeah,
you got a lot of friends.
Let me get a verse.
In high places, obviously, just like yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're also doing production for a new artist, Starter.
Yeah, shout out to Starter. Starter's from Staten Island. We got produced a record for him called Ola.
Ola, okay.
Yeah, Ola. Should be shooting a video soon for that too.
Real dope.
Crazy. So, we got in the studio. My man B-Boy brought him to me. We worked on a record. I'm like, oh, this. I feel like chemistry, you got to have some type of chemistry for records to work too.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, because you can have a hot rapper and produce. That don't mean it's gonna a good record is gonna come out of it. So, we had some good chemistry and cooked up.
That's what's up, man. And you've been on the road a lot lately.
Yes.
You've been like literally like in different places
Yes.
the last few weeks. Like, what
dope.
are some of the cities that obviously Vegas, you're here right now.
Vegas, yeah. San Diego, we was in Oakland, Dallas, Houston, St.
Wow.
Louis. So that's what I'm saying. Going in these states, when my records popped, I went for some reason I just went straight overseas. Like I didn't really get a chance to touch the states like that.
Wow.
And so now I'm touching.
And
states.
this is Pop Champagne when that came out first. Wow, really?
I was just over there so much that I didn't touch really these markets. So now I'm touching these markets, and they telling me how much these records that I did impacted the clubs where they was at. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And people from the West, when they tell me how when Ether dropped, how the atmosphere was out here, the whole Jay-Z and Nas thing too. So that's kind of dope.
It's real dope, man.
Yeah.
Real dope, man. What would be some of your favorite cities that you've hit so far though on this run?
Come on, man. Vegas was lit here.
Vegas, yo.
Vegas is lit.
It's a different animal here, bro.
Yeah,
you haven't been here during the summer though, when it's like 115 degrees.
I can't
and the
take
pool
that.
parties are wild and
okay.
it gets really crazy out here, man.
Yeah, so here Houston was dope.
Houston's fire.
Yeah,
man.
we was at a party in Houston. That was kind of it was played Pop Champagne. They know it just like it's just cool to see. Like now I get to no homo. I mean pause. Get to feel all of the energy from how my records impacted, and you go and you know what I mean. You get to see like, oh, how big the record really was.
Yo,
because you don't know, like if I'm from New York, so if I'm in New York, I don't really get to see how it impacted across the world. So now I'm getting to see like, oh, okay.
Nah, man, it's like a real dope thing, like to see, because like Pop Champagne, hip hop staple.
Yeah.
For me, especially because I came up from that era of hip hop, like early 2000s, like 90s. Like, I started DJing in 1996.
Okay, 96 was a dope era.
So I started getting, like, my bars, like, as a DJ in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? So, like, when that record came out, man, it was, golly, man. I had some great times, man. Great times.
It was a grind, though. I don't want people to just think, like people be thinking Pop Champagne, you lit. Nah, I had to put in some work.
100%.
Shout out to DJ Enough, man. He was like, yo, come. I said, yo, I got the record. He said, because I was trying. This was my second try. I brought him a record. He was like, I don't know about this. So I called him in. I think I got it because everybody kept telling me, yo, Ron, that record you played, it's kind of dope. I said, for real? I said, yo, I got something. He said, man, bring it to the park, Rucker Park. If I like it, I'm going to tell you. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you.
Enough good for being 100.
Yeah, like.
He's good for being 100, yeah.
And it's dope to have people like that in
100%.
life. Because people are very personal with their art.
Yeah.
Some people's going to like it, some people not. So he was like, yo, pull up. He played it. That intro came in. He was like, he just gave me a 5. Then the next day he went on the radio and played it. I was like, oh, then it just trickled. And then
here we are.
I seen Jim. Jim wasn't on it yet. Then I seen Jim outside somewhere. He was like, yo, I heard that record. I was like, yo, you want to get on a record? He's like, yeah, bring it to the stool. Go to the stool. Jim is asleep in the studio. Sleep. Knocked out. So I'm telling it, the beat is playing though. He like played the beat, falls asleep. I asked the engineer, like, yo, should I leave? He like, nah, that's what he does. I said, he sleep. He knocked out. Hour later, Jim wakes up. Yo, turn the mic on.
What?
And go right in the booth. When I go to the dealer, I caught.
Do you like dream his verse or something like
think
that?
So.
Or what?
I think so. He had to. This is no lie.
Wow.
Because I thought I was being pranked. I'm like, he's asleep.
Like he not riding this night, just
and
sleeping.
me and the engineer just sitting there, just listening to the beat over and over, like
on loop, obviously.
Yeah.
Like
you
writing.
I'm sitting there, he's sitting there. I'm like, should I leave? He like, nah, he gonna get up. An hour later, Jim gets up. Yo, turn the mic on. No pen, paper, nothing. Oh, do the verse. But then he did a 24. I'm like, Jen, that's 24 bars. He's like, yo, it's joint crazy. It's 24 bars, Jen. Like, supposed to be 8. That's the structure of the song.
Yeah.
8. And then he was like, yo, we missing something. I said, what? He's like, we missing Jewels. Jewels gonna take it to where it need to be. And got Jewels on it. Let's go.
That's what's up, man. So let me ask you this. You from Harlem. Let me ask you, and I'm going to put you on the spot with this question. Who are your top 5 Harlem rappers of all time?
Oh,
in order.
I can't do it.
Okay,
in
all right.
But,
I'll give you that.
Big L.
I'll give you that. Okay, Big L, yeah. R.I.P.
Mace. Cam. McGruff.
Wow, McGruff. Incredible right there.
McGruff. Yeah, I gotta go with classic. I gotta go with Dougie Fresh, man. Dougie Fresh from Harlem.
And then
I'll give you
honorable
one
mention.
legend.
Who's the honorable mention from our?
I think so. Was Dougie Fresh the honorable mention?
No.
Oh.
You did 5. You did 5 right there. Who would be the number 6 then for honorable mention?
I gotta say, my boy T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Battle rapper.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up, man. What are your plans for the rest of your trip, man?
We going find some trouble to get into in Vegas.
Yo, this town is full of it. It's full of it, man.
I was kicking back today by the water, by the pool, eating and stuff. So I'm just enjoying the weather. This is the end of my tour.
This is the end.
Yeah.
Really?
2-week
Wow.
tour.
Okay.
So this is the end of it. So we just going.
Well, I appreciate you making this like your last stop, man.
Yeah. The grand finale.
That's what's up. And it was great too. Earlier, you guys didn't see this on camera, but before we started recording, we had Slim from 112 in here.
Slim. Yeah.
Slim from it's crazy. Shout out to Gino, shout out to Franz, and they got Slim at Ghost Bar tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Slim wanted to see the studio here.
Oh.
What we got. What do you think of the studio here at Culture Kings, by the way?
Me and Slim said the same thing. So Slim, I was like, yo. He's like, yo, I used to buy stuff, order stuff. I said, yo, I be ordering stuff too online from Culture. We both had the same experience. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was a whole.
It's a whole thing.
I didn't know it was a whole situation.
We at the intersection of culture right here.
Yeah, but I be seeing the hats. I'm a hat dude. So I'm like, I be ordering, waiting that 2-3 weeks for the hat to come. I'm like, yo, they got some exclusive hats. So we both had the same, like, yo, I didn't know it was a whole situation, man. Shout out to Slim too.
Yeah.
We had he put me on a remix called Hills On too at one point, and went to Atlanta and had a lot of fun.
So he came into the studio and he was like, yo, so what do y'all be doing here? So I'm about to actually record an interview right now. Ron Browz. Ron Browz, I haven't seen him in a minute. That's my guy.
Yeah.
He got really excited and he waited about 45 minutes to an hour for you to step in.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah.
He was like, when is he coming in here? It's like probably about 45 minutes, an hour, so.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm staying put. I got to say hi to my man.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy, man.
So, yeah, man, it was a lot of great moments that happened today, man. And, yo, legend.
Appreciate
very,
it,
very honored to have you on the show, the pod, man. It's a full circle moment, for me because, the records that you had produced, and had your hands in, and even the Pop Champagnes and the A-Rap Monies, the Jumping Out the Windows, those are songs that really take me back to a time where it was hip hop was so perfect for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking.
They call it the Ron Browz era.
Yeah. In the Ron Browz era, I used to make trips to New York to hear these records live in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember the MPS days, Big Show Power Summit, shit like that, and those records would ring throughout the whole conference. So those records mean the world to me. So it's a blessing to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
Want to give you your flowers, man. This new record is out of here. I promise you. I'm going to start on this record on the radio this weekend.
Thanks, man. It's on all streaming platforms, too.
Get in my zone. 2 Chainz, Ron Browz.
Yeah, man. Happy to be here. Go get the 127 project as well, man. It's a collective item. It should be on streaming platforms by next week or something.
All produced by Ron Browz.
Yeah, I produce everything.
So
I tap in on the frequency.
The Ron Browz era, hey, that's my shit. So, yo,
Yeah.
127 is automatically my shit. So,
The 127 project, you're gonna be shocked. It's more boom bap style.
perfect. That's what we need. It's a breath of fresh air.
I gotta shout out to the single off it is Stay With Me featuring Kid Capri.
I love
Legendary. Shout out to legendary Kid Capri.
Kid Capri.
I wanted to do something kind of like how he did with Big L. The Big L put it on. So I'm like, yo, Kid, let's kind of do a record that kind of got that same type of vibe. And we linked up, did it. So shout out to Kid Capri, man, one of the legendary DJs.
That's what's up.
I got to see him DJ too recently live too. I was like, people like this, like he's a rapper, like filming him.
He's a legend, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I remember my first Kid Capri experience. I mean, I was at home. I was a kid. It was when he was on Def Comedy Jam.
Okay, yeah.
And I would always wait to the end. That was my favorite part of Def Comedy Jam. Because I was a DJ. You know what I mean? I'd be in my room and. I was a bedroom DJ at the time, but I would always wait to the very end because that was when he would flex.
Yeah.
Go back and forth at the very end. I'd be like, damn, that was that. Man, fucking what a time to be alive back then. God damn, man. Hip hop. Wow. Hip hop is hip hop is always gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, happy birthday to hip hop.
Absolutely.
50 years of hip hop, man. It's definitely just been a blessing, man. I never thought it would take me to, places that I've been like.
And it's still going. Still going. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, Culture Kings, Las Vegas. Ron Browz, DJ E-Rock's The Basement. Shout out to everyone listening to us right now or watching us on YouTube. Shout out to Real 92.3, all our peoples in LA, all our peoples here in Vegas on Real 103.9, and even all of our peoples all around the world that are tapping in with Between Takes right here.
So Culture Kings is, I thought it was like just a store.
It is, but at the same time, like, yo, we always want to make sure that we are in the middle of
the culture.
Yeah, that's why we have a studio here. That's why we have we have a basketball hoop downstairs. So like we're at the intersection of sports, music, streetwear. Like this is.
I got a lot of my money from them hats I was ordering.
Yeah, we
I'm like, yo, this is fire.
Hey. After this, we're going to go shopping. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go on the website. And I'm going to send you a whole fucking ton of hats.
Okay, man.
I got you. Let's go. Ron Browz.
Yes.